Hey, I'm Ruzel, and I don't got an intro, but I'm pretty sure I've got more in common with a random Chinese citizen who I have no idea what he looks like, what he does, what his name is, how he lives his life. None of these things. And I'm almost certain that I've got way more in common with this random Chinese citizen as a Westerner than I do my own democratically elected representatives. 100%. This random nameless individual who I'm supposed to hate, by the way. I'm an American. Random Chinese guy. I'm supposed to hate this Chinese person. He's supposed to be like the antithesis of everything I want, but I'm pretty sure that we're like very similar. And do you even know how many democratically elected individuals from an American standpoint? Though I'm pretty sure this will translate over to Europeans pretty well. I bet they also have more in common with random Chinese citizens that they know nothing of than their own democratically elected representatives or whatever their equivalent is over there. How many representatives? Well, let's think. You got your mayor. Start small, like the city mayor. Maybe you got your town council. Then you go up a little more. You got like your county. You got your county governor, I think. Then you've got some higher up stuff like the state senators and state representatives. And then you've got a whole host of other quote unquote democratically elected individuals in higher offices for the federal government as an American. I hardly know any of their names. I doubt many people do. You get to know like the big one, like the president. Maybe your own state senator if you're kind of politically savvy. Maybe you know him, or you voted for him, or you know their name at the very least. These people are not like the average people, for the most part. And if they are, give them 3 years in office and they're going to be someone very different. But that random Chinese guy that's working a 9 to 5, he's got. He does like a restaurant, or maybe he makes something. Whatever his job might be, that nameless person is so much more similar to myself than these people that are representing me and working towards my best interest as the government is supposed to do. What's up with that? What the hell? What's up with becoming a politician and then just being like a horrible person? Especially nowadays, we got the list that people are getting really fancy about. We've got billionaires and millionaires that own businesses and have changed the world as we know it in the modern era, from like fucking the 70s and onwards with like Walmart, super centers, and you could just drive 30 minutes. At least most parts of America, you could drive 30 minutes, and you've probably got access to everything you could ever need: food, water, maybe like a anything else, phone stores, random goods, a whole variety of restaurants for like dishes around the world kind of things. You know, like Italian food, you got Hispanic food, you got Mexican food, you got American food, you can get Asian food from Korea, China, and Japan in multiple different places. Sometimes all in the same place. You got marts that are specific for like Asian types of foods. You can get dumpling stuff, or you just go to Walmart and get your American processed pork chops that are probably like closer to styrofoam than they are actual food. And so I just think about it. Just think about the person that's democratically elected to represent you, and what kind of person they are, what kind of life they live, what kind of experiences they've had. And besides the nationality of that individual, you probably don't have very much in common with them at all. You probably don't even. They don't know you exist. You don't even know they exist, potentially. But I do know that random Chinese man exists. And I know he struggles looking for jobs or trying to find a place to live, or wonders about his own government, or maybe even views Americans in the same way I'm supposed to view Chinese citizens. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. All I do know is that that person is way more human and interesting. This stranger, this farce of a human that I know exists, that I've never met. I know very little about, other than the fact that they've probably lived a very similar life to me in pretty broad aspects of the family, and then growing up, and then schooling, and then trying to find a job, and all these other things. So that's all I'm really getting at here. Who is the random Chinese guy that you probably relate to more than the people in power, the people that are supposed to be choosing what's best for you, making choices for you, changing things about the world that are improvements, you know? Fuck me, man. Especially if you're a major city. If you live in a major city, the denizens of Hong Kong and Beijing and any other, you name a couple other large Chinese cities, and the random citizens of that city are probably living lives pretty comparable to your own. And then you take a look at your democratically elected representative, who is representing the interests of these people and supposedly knows them, is apparently voting for them. No, they're not really. They're most likely, unless they're like brand spanking new and they've got that twinkle in their eyes still about being in politics and changing the world for the better, and then that big ass lobbyist paycheck comes in for them to turn a blind eye. Here's $1 million if you just do this instead of, you know, probably what the general public would want you to do, the people you're representing. I think you should do this instead for $1 million. That's like a no-brainer. Who wouldn't want to take $1 million and then all they got to do is say yes on this bill that'll have some minor change that nobody's going to even really notice or care about except for like a very vocal minority of people. What the hell? Think about that. What other random citizen of some country that maybe you think is like total shit, or you hate, or is so foreign to you don't even know how they live, how similar are they to you actually? I know they're pretty similar to me. And I bet they watch the news after they get done with work. Or maybe they sit down and they watch some videos or the movie or play a game or call their friends or whatever their free time might be filled with that distracts them from the fucking day-to-day grind they got going on. The day-to-day grind that a lot of democratically elected representatives have been pretty removed from. They've got a different thing going on. They have a different grind. It's not just like a standard person's grind of working. They're managing things. People, lobbyists, trying to get themselves reelected, so they're hiring individuals to put signs on street corners and shit. They're in a whole other world. A whole different world, and then they're supposed to be the ones that know how the individual's feeling, how the people are feeling. Just crazy. This is a little absurd. It's just kind of absurd to me. Really, it should be absurd to more people. Especially nowadays. This was like crackpot. Everyone kind of knew, like, oh, don't trust a politician. That's been a phrase for how many decades now? And it's just starting to come out about how genuinely horrifying people of power are and what they can get up to and what they do and what their worlds look like compared to just an average Joe's world, the average Chinese citizen. Keep going back to that, because god damn it, fuck, man, people just be crazy, just be absurd. And then I also my own fellow peers, the people that you like live next to or you work with. They probably feel pretty foreign to a lot of people. Not everybody. Obviously, you're going to make friends. You're going to have connections. Some people are going to be good to you, and you're going to have a little nice, friendly interaction with those guys. Perfect. I'm pretty sure I could have a friendly interaction with a random Chinese citizen. I don't know how friendly of an interaction I'm going to have with a democratically elected individual that's representing me. Usually that feels like conflict. Do you even think about the idea of like talking to your senator? The whole premise is conflict. Tell them, people want you to contact your senator to tell them why they're an idiot or why they should stop listening to lobbyists, and you threaten their position of work, their ability to get reelected. That's how you hold authority over these people. That's how different their lives are. You have to remind them that your existence is important in a degree, and maybe it sticks with them for like 10 minutes, and they think about it more, and then the lobbyist comes and reassures them, or whatever's going on. Their desk secretary lets them know, "Oh, you're doing your best." So just keep that in your mind, everybody. Are you more similar to a random Chinese citizen than you are your own democratically elected representatives? Are you? You might be. Probably are. Well, that's all I'm thinking about today. I'm Ruzel, and I don't got an outro.